welcome back to the channel. Huge news, I'm in the MG after 2 years of it just being sat there. It just fired up and it's purring like a kitten. I cannot believe it took about probably 6 seconds of turning over and it fired up. I've just been to the petrol station. I put far too much petrol in. It looks fantastic. It drives fantastic. I feel like there's like the universe is trying to tell me something by the sun being out. And I'm driving with the top down. It's just such a joy to drive. But it's my last drive ever in it. I'm taking it to Bonham's, the market in Abingdon, and I could cry, but it's got to go. It's got to go. It's just 2 whole years. Now the problem is, I've had a slight issue because I wiped something down and I left a damp cloth on the passenger seat, and the passenger seat has gone mouldy, which is fine because it's leather and it'll clean off. But where am I going? Yeah. But it'll be fine. It'll clean off. I'm taking it there. I'm going to pay for their concierge service, which is about £400. And what that does is they clean it up, they take all the photos, they do the write-up, and they do all the viewings. They keep it in their facility, but then there's the 5% that they pay on top as well. Anyway, so the big update isn't that. I'll come back to the MG because at the moment I'm still in that. My heart's going. I'm having palpitations. But the big news is Pongo is gone. Pongo is sold. Even bigger news is the Golf R is sold. I was out driving. I drove past the Volkswagen garage, the main dealership. I drove in and I said, "Oh, you keep writing to me and calling me saying you want to buy my car, and what are you offering?" And I caught the train home. So it's gone. It's gone that quickly. And then so I had to go back and get car seats, children's seats, drop off the paperwork, but it was done in an hour. So we've got paid for that. That's going to buy some new windows or something. And the Boxster is listed. So I listed that yesterday. As I was making this video, I listed it yesterday. So I didn't hear anything yesterday because it was late afternoon that I listed it. But then today, I've had call after call after call after call, and it's one con artist after another after another after another, every single one. So tell me about the car. After the first couple, I went, well, why don't you ask me stuff that isn't in the ad? And no one was like, here's a specific question I have for you. By the way, the overdrive works. It's noisy, but the engine sounds just from as soon as it fired up, fantastic. Anyway, and then people instantly go, so what's your name? Where do you live? And I'm surprised they didn't say what's your mother's maiden name and your first pet's name. And then I'm getting all of these texts from autotrader saying, we've noticed you had a call off this number. Please cease contact with them immediately because they are known to us. And it's just, I don't know what to do. So if I sell this, I might just whack that Boxster in storage. It's horrible. I was going to put it on eBay, but is that going to be worse? Just, I don't know. Anyway, the car's fired up. When I said in the last video, it's probably the most sorted one. It is. I mean, it is. After 2 years of just sitting there, stale fuel. The battery was on triple charge, but it's covered in dust. It's got this mold around that side of it where I left that cloth, but that's just going to get cleaned up. The paint's going to get polished, the chrome's going to come right. It's a scruffy car, but it's got no rust. I've got my binder of history of the 23 years that we've shared. Oh, and the sun's out, the top's down. I think that's it. But anyway, it was fantastic being out in the 911, picking that up as well. So once this is gone, we will have in our household the 912, which I've just seen, it's in the same storage place, We'll have the 912, the 911, and the boxster. And I don't know what to do about the boxster. I feel like I should just, if I had the money, I'd give it away. I'd scrap it. We buy any car. I put it on We Buy Any Car. I put in the details on We Buy Any Car, and it came back with something like 2,250 or something. And you know what the small print says with We Buy Any Car? It assumes that it's got service history, it doesn't have any damage, it runs perfectly, and has more than something like 10 months MOT. It's got none of those things, so they will probably give me like 500 quid for it. So if I sell this for a decent amount, what do I mean by decent? Maybe 5 grand? 5 grand. 23 years. Ah, it's like partying from your first girlfriend, and I've got a bit of a cold. But anyway, oh, it's so good. Hang on. Sounds fantastic. The sun's out. I suspect I'm making a huge mistake, but no, I can't be making a mistake. I've got no choice. It's got to be done. Anyway, thanks to everybody who's been, I should have said this at the beginning, who's been hitting like, who's been subscribing, who's been commenting. This is a big deal for me, and it's happening. That's it. I'm just about to drop it off. I'm 15 minutes away, and then I've got to get rid of the boxster. But the boxster is just, I can't deal with all these people. So when I had all of these 7 calls, and then someone rang, and then I thought I can't take anymore. I'm not going to answer any more calls. The very next person that called, I was about to say next guy, because that'd be sexist, because it could be a woman. The next person that called just called 5 times, one after the other, didn't leave a voicemail. No one sent me an email saying, asking me any questions. It's just people pulling a fast one. And I could tell from the word go that, exhaust mode. That first guy, I just thought, you're just pulling a fast one, dude. Oh, there's a green rubber bumper one that just went past. Temperature is good, oil pressure is good, the duct gauges are all working, overdrive's working. Oh, I've forgotten some things that I've left at home. Because we moved house, I bought some new knobs and things, and there's some axle straps. I can always bring those down another time. And I put E5 fuel in with the additive. And I've driven a couple of MGs that have had the hardened seals, valve seats put in so they can run unleaded. There's something just weird about it. It doesn't run quite right. I don't know how to describe it, but anyway, I'm just waffling now because it's keeping my mind off what I'm about to do. This car, the name given to this car was Red Rooster. The Red Rooster. I'm sorry, Red Rooster. And you know what the worst thing is? I'm selling it no reserve. So it could just sell for, it probably needs, you know, like the shocks, the rear shocks, it probably needs those changed. It's so easy to change. Because they're just so old. And it probably needs some, you know, fettling on the front of the kingpins. It needs someone going around with a grease gun. It's had a new clutch in the last 4 years. So less than 1,000 miles ago, at a cost of £1,500 with the engine out. The hood needs fettling. Why would you drive it with the hood up? Ridiculous. But it's happening. Right. I'm so close to this place. Anyway, I'm going to end here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with my stupid stupidity, but do you know what? If I'm giving up my job, this wouldn't make any difference. But I'd probably be miserable and suicidal. No, I wouldn't be suicidal. I'd be miserable because it just wasn't. It was the lockdown, the pandemic, all of those things. So yeah. So now I've got to, I don't know, I've got to start looking for a job, which I keep saying, but I don't do. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video.